Okay, welcome to the Untested podcast, guys and girls. Thank you for tuning in to this very first episode. For those who don't know me, my name is Sean Turner. I am the runner of Untested Strength, the Instagram page, as well as that being my online consultation business, mainly covering health, fitness, strength, but also some mental health aspects and some mentality coaching style things. Now, the reason for this podcast is I have done podcasts in the past, and I just thought I did miss it. I did miss actually just expressing my voice, opinions, and ideas on some sort of a platform. So I thought I'd return to the podcast space with the Untested podcast, which will be related to what my business actually does cover when I do actually create content for my business, as well as what it does to help other people in the community. So, yes, my name is Sean Turner. I work in education. I work in online consultation of strength based athletes, as well as fitness, as well as mental capacity in terms of modifying and improving your mental strength. And also, I work in the fitness space and the physical aspect at a gym as well. So, I'm a very busy man. So, there'll be some times when I do this podcast and actually sound a lot more cheerful than I do now, but this is a 60 plus hour week, so I'm not sounding like it's my birthday. Okay? So I just wanted to kind of introduce myself and let you guys know that this podcast will be on at least once a week. There's going to be nice short form content, probably max half an hour of myself just having a rant, expressing some ideas, and every now and then I'll try and get a guest on just to kind of add more conversation compared to me just talking to myself the whole time. So yeah, that's the idea for this podcast. There's some nice short-term things. Now look, I did say I work in education, so I do expect a lot of my students or former students to actually listen to this, and that is totally fine. This is for people who just want to improve themselves, whether that be in a physical aspect, a social, a mental, emotional aspect, or just people who are interested to see what I have to say about things. Now, I'm going to be honest, this is for the benefit of myself as well, because I truly do believe, and it is an important thing for people to have some sort of form of expression. Me, I cannot draw. Well, actually, I did used to be able to draw. That's a story for another time. I cannot sing, cannot dance, cannot act. What I'm very good at, if you know me personally, is I can talk. I can talk the back legs of a donkey, guys. I can sell sand to the desert, ice to an Eskimo, all of that jazz. So that's what I'll do. I will talk. Now, on my bio, it does say if you have any questions for Q&A, please feel free to email them to me at untestedstrength@gmail.com. If you have any coaching inquiries, whether that be in the strength space, the mental capacity, or even just fitness, please feel free to email me there too, or DM my Instagram. I do respond to that quite frequently. Happy to do that for you guys. Now, just as a little introductory topic, guys, like I said, one thing that you might be confused about is when I say I do work in a space where I try to improve people's mental capacity. Mental being, first of all, their resilience, their ability to push themselves in the idea of the mind leads and the body follows, as well as just trying to level themselves up in every aspect. When I mean level up, I mean achieve that potential that you know is inside of you, or even achieve things you didn't know was possible. That's what I'm out here trying to do for people. I'm trying to do that for myself as well. So I'll give an example for myself. In the last, say, 2 to 3 years, I've been heavily reading and listening to a lot of audiobooks and reading a lot of books on self-help in the space of self-improvement in all different sorts of aspects, whether they be in stories of life stories. I love hearing about people's life stories and what they've gone through. I love learning a new skill for the mind. One of the big ones, a couple of big ones that have had a big influence on me was Think Like a Roman Emperor, which was the Meditations of Marcus Aurelius. And I don't know if you've ever heard of the style of thinking of Stoicism, that has really helped me even mature as a human being, but helped me even just get through life a little bit easier by thinking in a certain way. That's the one thing I wanted to kind of expand on today, was one of the ideas of Stoicism. One of the first things in the book talked about is accepting what is out of your control and then controlling what is within yours. Controlling what is in your control and knowing what it is. So, in modern day times, guys, when you go to rehabilitation facilities, whether it be for drugs, alcohol, or whatever else, there is a prayer they teach you. It is called the Serenity Prayer. I'll read it to you guys right now. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Now, Mike Tyson has a famous line saying, everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. And that is so true in every aspect of it. Obviously, it's true in boxing, but it's true in life as well. What you mean by that is everything is going so well, everything's running smoothly, you've got nothing to worry about, no care in the world, then you just get hit, bang. Let's even take that as a physical example. Car crash. It's your fault. You've got to pay thousands out in excess. Everyone's okay though. You're left without a car. Person you hit's left without a car. You're paying thousands out of pocket. You need to pay for the repairs, etc., whatnot. Then that puts you behind and creates a chain reaction. That's a lot of people. I'm sure that happens a lot. I, God forbid, thank you so much, has not been in some sort of accident like that. But I'm sure it happens more often than we think. Where, roughly the excess someone has to pay out of an insurance claim would be, I don't know, $2,000, maybe more these days, depending on your driving history. But yeah, from what I know, $2,000. Now, let's be honest, people don't have that lying in their accounts, especially this day and age, just to, you know, just to throw away because of a silly mistake. Maybe you weren't looking the right way, maybe someone was in your blind spot, etc. Maybe you sped up. It happened. You've crashed your car, you forked out your money. You're going to struggle a bit for the next couple of weeks while you catch up on pay. Now, a lot of people would be sad about that, and that's totally normal to be sad, to be upset, to be frustrated. But it happened. What are you going to do then? You just have to accept it. You've just got to be able to accept that that's something that happened that was possibly your fault. So you cannot change that. What you can change is, for example, planning around your budget, not eating out, not spending any money on retail to kind of play catch up, and realizing that this is just part of life. Unfortunately, you do get hit in the mouth every now and then. This has happened to me multitude in my own times, guys, and it took me a while to wrap my head around the fact that there are things out of my control and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. But what you can control, get on it. Attack it. Don't just sit there, complain, feel sorry for yourself, feel sorry for people around you. Do what you can and move forward. The sooner you can learn this, the sooner you can move on with life, because life moves that fast, guys. You just have to accept the things that get thrown your way, unfortunately. And that is one of the lessons of Stoicism, to accept the things that are out of your control, be able to change the things that are, and accept the knowledge to know the difference. Learning this will help so many people go so far in life. Another lesson which is related to Stoicism, but it's also related to Ikigai. Ikigai is this Japanese thought about completion of work. Now, super paraphrasing in the text of it, but basically it's the ability to complete whatever form of work you do to the best of your ability to receive a sense of satisfaction. And that goes for any job and any occupation or any chore you have to do. So we're talking the janitor, the person that cleans offices and toilets and things. We're talking the guy that has to dig holes on the side of the road. We're talking the guy who has to lay concrete perfectly. I'm talking the gardener who has to trim bushes, the guy who has to cut lawns, even the person who has to file paperwork. Doing things to the best of your ability will give you a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment, as opposed to if you don't have that attitude to begin with. Now, bouncing off from that, part of it can feel quite rewardless for quite a long time. But you don't do it for a reward, you do it to know that you did the best you could. Do you know that whole thing? How do you sleep at night? It's kind of like that. Did you sleep, and when you go to bed that night and put your head on the pillow, did you give something the best of your ability? Did you give something the best go? If you can confidently say that, you should be able to sleep fairly well, minus health issues, whatnot. But that could even help with mental health. Doing something to the best of your ability would help with your mental health. Now, that was just a short spurt from the top of my head, guys. I know this probably wasn't the best podcast. It was my first one. I'm probably 3-4 years out of the game. I've had 2 different podcasts in the past, but this is, I felt like it was time to get back to it, and I'm honestly falling asleep right now. But those are the first things that come to my mind. I will expand on those topics in future, but thank you very much if you made it this far. Like I said, if you could follow the Untested Strength Instagram page, feel free to DM me or email me at untestedstrength@gmail.com if you have any questions, anything you'd love me to cover. Happy to do it. Now, if I didn't say it at the start, I'll be covering things health and fitness, mental and physical, and self-improvement, as well as just general topics, music, things that interest me, and even the topics of friends and guests that I can get on. So yes, thank you very much. This is a very introductory topic that didn't run for very long, but I will plan ahead in future and create quality short content that you guys can listen to and take something away from. Till then, have a good one, guys. I'll talk to you soon.